Ladies and gentlemen, Wasteland 2. Wasteland 1 was a game from way back in the day, and it was actually the game that sparked Fallout. Fallout was considered the spiritual successor to Wasteland 1, and Wasteland 2 is the first official sequel to Wasteland 1. I've never played Wasteland 1, so there's going to be a bunch of references that I'm not going to understand, and I'll just assume those are from Wasteland 1, things like characters, places, and certain events, stuff like that. But if you're not familiar with this game, it's basically Fallout, most simply put. I have played around a little bit with it, you know, just to make sure the game is LPable, and it seems, you know, fair enough. From what I've played of it, it is a very good game. I've only played a couple hours, so most of this playthrough will indeed be blind. But rather than go into my save and go from there, I'll just start from the beginning, because may as well. Unlike Fallout, you can actually start with 4 people in this game. You can either create custom rangers or use the presets that they've got set up, and the presets basically sort of one of everything. We got Widow O'Neill here being the jack of all trades, or you know, we can get a combat medic called Pills, Cherry Bomb called Demolitions. Names are very fitting. Cold Eye the sniper, stuff like that. But for me personally, I'm going to be creating my own character, obviously. But I will go with... I think I have an idea who I'm going to go with. I'll make my dude first, though. Yep. Again, basically Fallout. Fallout's going to be what I compare this game to, even though I should compare Fallout to this game, technically, but I never played Wasteland 1, so I'll be comparing it to Fallout. So I know some people are going to like be all like, this game came before Fallout. The type of character that I want to make is going to be mostly strength-based. How much strength? I don't exactly know. I'm sure there's like ways to min-max and set it up in such a way that, you know, this is the perfect setup, and then you go into this town and you do this thing and it gives, and then you use that statue, and I don't really care about that though. This is definitely not going to be a min-max thing. As far as attribute points go, I'm thinking a little bit like this. Again, mostly strength-based, because I'm going to be going for a sort of melee up-close character, probably brawling, but I might go with blunt weapons, I don't know yet. I'm thinking brawling though, because it's a very low action point thing. But I'm going with 8 strength because that's, you know, obviously really high, and the 8th level here, every even level seems to give you an additional constitution per level. Something like that. So I was going to go with 7, but I noticed that if I got the extra one, I would get that extra constitution per level. So we're going for that. And constitution basically being health. So I'll start with 38 health, which is pretty good. I don't think anything really affects constitution other than strength. No, you can see it highlights what it does for you as well as tells you over here. It's really nice. Tells you exactly what putting a point into it is. It's great. Coordination didn't go very much for it. It does influence action points, but not as much as speed. It's mostly for the ranged hit chance, but I'm not going for range at all. So I am only average coordination. Luck, extra point into luck just because it increases chance to get constitution, which is cool. Chance for action points in combat, and just... I think it also affects loot. I don't really know though. It doesn't really say much over here. It just says that they seem to find more loot than anybody else, but I don't know if it's flavor text or not. I don't know. So I threw an extra point into luck. I'd like to have more, but what are you gonna do? My charisma's pretty poop. I'm not a very charismatic person, kind of ugly, not very good with words, not the most intelligent dude out there, but I'll put up a good fight if somebody wants to mess with me. Anybody melee based, I'll probably come out on top. And that brings us to skill points, of which there are general skills, weapon skills, knowledge skills. Knowledge skills, always good to know, especially if you're an intelligent type character. Just kind of makes sense. I'm going to be going for field medic though. I don't think it directly relates at all to intelligence in any way, shape, or form as far as roles go. I don't really know for certain though. But field medic is very nice because it allows you to use the med kits that you get at the start, and there's also surgeon, which is more for the more serious wounds, so I'll be going a little bit there. So I'm kind of a brawling doctor type thing going on right now. 2 points into brawling, or 4 points, or however it is. Yeah, it's like 2 points up until like the 4th level, and then I think it starts costing 4. Yeah, and then 6 at level 7. 26 skill points, 32 skill points, 40 skill points. Ugh. But I mean, come on, plus 80% base chance to critically hit. I mean, come on, you're going to be critting every single time, is basically what that's saying. And that seems to be what Brawling's all about, is the low AP cost, low damage, but you got the high critical rate, which makes me want to grab luck a little more. I don't know, though. I don't know, I feel like strength and luck would be the ones that you want to go for. But that's okay. We'll stick it where it is there for now. And 2 points left, so I can pick up 1 point somewhere else. What's leadership do for me exactly? I don't actually ignore. Ah, yes. That is something that I noticed. There's a character that you can pick up like right at the start of the game, and every once in a while they would just say like, oh fuck it, and they would just do their own thing. And she would have a habit of just like unloading her gun and killing everything because she's a really high level. We'll meet her really soon. I didn't necessarily mind when she did that, but if the other dude that I'm gonna go with, like in my starting squad, does that, I don't really want him to do that. I was thinking weaponsmithing though for modifications and stuff like that, for salvaging. That's what I was gonna go with though. I'm all right with this though. We'll go for it. Next up, no. Yes. And name, Yeti. Age can be anywhere from probably 1 year old to, I think, 99. You know, I could just, like, you know, oh, 16. Okay, fine. To 99. Yeah, he can be 99. Can't be 100, though. So we'll just go, I don't know, 34? Nah, 37. There we go. 37's a good number. Religion, I don't really know. Probably affects dialogue options later on. I'm gonna go with none. Smokes, I'd imagine these are different brands of cigarettes and tobacco and stuff like that. Not literally smoking coffin nails or bones, although that would be pretty cool. I won't smoke though, and we'll be European, because why not? Cool, not gonna do a biography, because, we'll rock female, that'll be fine. And I'm not a huge fan of customization options in this game. They're kinda, a lot of them are really out there. I just kinda want something a little bit normal. Yeah, I guess that'll do. That looks like a nice type duster, get up there, small pack on our back there. I don't know, looks kind of post-apocalyptic. I'm alright with it at least. And I can take a picture if I wanted to take a new snapshot. Bah! And, you know, it's just like a picture of the camera angle if you want, or you just put it in your users folder if you want, you know. That's okay, we'll be going with a profile picture there. Yay, that's one character done. You can do that with all of them if you want, but I'm just gonna go with the default here. We're gonna go Big Bert. I already have everything assigned, can customize them if I want. But Big Bert's kind of a nice brawler type dude with me. Not very good luck, he's more strength based because he's more blunt weaponsy, but brute force and a hard ass. Not very good charismatically or intelligence wise. But again, he doesn't really need to talk because he can just be a hard ass when he wants to, break shit if he needs to, and blunt weapons. Should note brute force works for like locked doors and stuff like that. Or things that are stuck, you can try to unjam it, if you will. Big Bert, 36 years old. There's his thing. That's all good and fine. So we'll just back out there and be okay with that. I'm just gonna go with that. Small squad, 2 people. Why? Why not? I should note it is really difficult doing it solo. Really difficult. I'm just on normal difficulty, and it's pretty rough, at least starting off. So I'm gonna go with one other person. We can pick up another person really early on, though I don't know how long they stick around. And I can have up to 4, that's fine. We'll just stick with 2. Going with normal difficulty is fine. Head on in.
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an Army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms. But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain or unavenged. Thank you, recruits.
I won't bother reading out the stuff that is not narrated. I'll just give a bit of time so you can read it if you would like.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger. Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal, but sadly Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen. I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first. When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal. The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us. Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got 1 Ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one.
I should also note that I'm not going to be choosing every single dialogue option because that will take forever. I'm just going to ask the things that I would normally ask given, you know, context and all that jazz. I'll probably miss out on a few missions and side quests doing that, but that is fine.
The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other. It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map. There you go.
And that'll be it.
Good luck out there, recruits.
Basically up here is the radio that we use to call people.
What else do you need?
I can call in here if we need to. When we're out on the road, it'll be nicer, and this is also how you end up leveling up. You call and he'll be like, oh, you're doing such a great job out there and everything. Oh, here you go. And then you level and all that. Shovel, I'll definitely need that. Hanging on to that for a good long while. And add it to the hotkey to make life a little easier there. Hotkeys, obviously. Because of how I started, I start with medicine and stuff like that. I got the field medic skill, which allows me to use the items that I apparently don't have because I don't need health. But the pocket medic pack, which just heals for a bit. The trauma kit is more for surgery, and this I think is, yeah, just heal. Pain relievers that anybody can use, doesn't require anything. That'll be 12 points though. It's not as good as the medic pack. And there's also some other things that I'll be picking up from the shop that's just up ahead, but first I'm just gonna kind of speed through the beginning here because I don't want to be here for too terribly long. It's only the beginning. This guy can't open the door for me yet because we're not technically a ranger. We do this mission and find the stuff about Ace, and then we'll be cool. Shop there, but I'm not ready for it. This here is just the watering hole that we go to. We top off our canteen. Canteen basically, in a word, is fuel. Oh, okay, I'll pick it up for you. Just a bit of fun. It's worth $1, but it's okay. The goat can have its meal back. Heading up here, this dude's just removing some graffiti, nothing interesting going on there. There is this little pile here that I want to dig up. The loot inside is completely random. I'd imagine luck influences that, but again, I don't really know. Can of tuna and some scrap. The gray name there, the gray font, I guess, indicates that it has absolutely no use. The scrap, I'd imagine, does have a use in some way. I don't know what it is yet, though. Possibly some sort of collection quest or something. I'm just gonna go around picking up this stuff and chat to Angela Death. Because she is a cool person. And probably from the first game. Large ring, some ammo, some more scrap. Awesome. I'll take all of it. From that menu you can actually designate who gets what if you want, but I'll just hold everything because I may as well. Like I could just drag over the large ring to Big Bert and he'll take it.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
I don't know if Ace is from the first game or not. I'd imagine probably so. It focused on his name at the beginning cinematic long enough that makes me think that he probably did come from the first game. Maybe that is the protagonist of the first game, so basically you go into Wasteland 2 and you're dead?
Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
I'd imagine if Ace is from the first game, then Angela Death probably is, or at least is referenced. Because she's really close to Ace. And I think Snake, Razor, and Thrasher are also from the first game. I don't know. Do you want me to read this out? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And Sergeant Woodson, I'm pretty sure, is actually inside the Citadel there, so I can't actually talk to him now, but seems like a pretty cool dude to talk to. Maybe he'll collect scrap or something. And again, I can ask about all this stuff if I want. Hellraiser, Thrasher, Quartz, Snake. I won't, though. Otherwise, we'll be here forever.
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, we'd been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
If you decide not to take her, you're kind of masochistic. She is actually really powerful to start. Because she is...
Cool. No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, alright?
She's level 14, whereas we're only level 1. So she probably won't really level up in your travels, but she's good. She's got a fairly powerful rifle to start. It's, with all things considered, pretty crap. 6 to 12 damage. Pretty good hit chance, though. Really good crit chance. And starts with a bunch of ammo. Also a melee weapon, Ace's Wrench, but you can see at the top there, the tooltip, it says owned by Angela Death. I can't actually take it. No, hands off my gear, pal. You know, she won't let me give it to Big Bert, an example, because his bat is kind of poo. 7 to 13 damage, 64 hit chance, not the greatest. Hers is 68, 11 to 18. Not really that great either, but it is something. She starts with pain relievers and faded letters. These I cannot give either. But she is a cool person. I'll equip her wrench to her secondary thing so I can switch mid-combat without going into her inventory. But that is that. And you can also, if you want, you can see all their stuff down here. Her skills there. Crazy good with assault rifles and brute force. She's fantastic to have. And I can, if I want, head back all the way over here to the general and turn her in and be all like, yo, she wanted to come with me even though she's not supposed to, nya. And then she'll be like, damn it, and he'll pull her aside and you end up losing her from the party. What that does for you, I don't know. But you can do it, and that is cool. Out of habit, I keep right-clicking people to talk to them, but right-click is actually examine. Such a strange name, Captain Mercaptain. Okay, from here I can go into everybody's inventory, just bam, with that button, so I don't have to, you know, deal with it. I can't combine those because they're technically on two different people. But 556 is what she uses, so I'll give her all the 556 that I've got. Because simplicity, she's also got a pain reliever, he's got a pain reliever, I've got a pain reliever. Because I actually know how to use the medical stuff, I don't really need pain relievers. And she's really well off with health, like super well off, so I'll give my pain relievers to Big Bert. Hanging on to those. Yeah, I guess it'll be okay there. Sell all junk. That's just the crap that we had sitting in our junk inventory here. And that's all I really want to part with. So for the moment I'll be receiving $38. And what do I want from her? +1 to Animal Whisperer if you want. I don't, but that's cool. It's cheap enough, 65 bucks, gives you basically a skill point. It's nice. Suture Kit though, removes bleeding effects. I will pick that up. They're nice to have. The price is a bit startling at first because it's like, oh, 225, but that's actually for all 15. So we'll just pick up, I don't know, probably just 2, because for the most part, bleeding effects, it will eventually close. You just kind of take damage periodically until it fades away. But it would be nice to be able to get rid of it on people if we're running low on supplies. Antibiotics, disease effects, I don't know how often disease happens. I'll pick up 1 just in case for now. Luckily we're not really using guns aside from the 556, which she's got a ton of. We can buy a bunch if we want to, but I won't, because 27's a pretty good amount. So far I'm paying 7. I think we start with, yeah, we started with a bunch of money, so we got 82 left. Makeshift machete, 4 to 9, 25 25 hit chance rather. Really bad chance of hitting. And I think that's the problem with most melee weapons. Well, not really the problem, but the con of going with melee is over unarmed is that you got a really low hit chance, but when you do hit, it'll pack a punch and you can concuss them and get them bleeding and stuff like that too. Small scope, fits onto weapons, plus 3 meters to maximum range. Pretty cool, can't afford it though. I think I'm just gonna pick up a couple other small med packs. Yeah, just to move this along a bit, we'll pick up, what, like 2, 3, 4? I can pick up 4? Okay, we'll go for that. I'll buy as many as I can, those are sweet. And that leaves us with $2 of just junk scrap left. The scrap, I guess, is the currency then, so that makes sense. I never actually realized that before. So that's why it's white quality. It's money. And that's all I really need from you. So from there, I think I picked up all the digging stuff. That cicada's driving me insane, so I'd like to get out of here when I can. You can try to dig this if you want, but he'll be all like, oh, it's hollowed ground, and these graves, some of them actually... No, I don't know. Probably references to the first game. I don't really know. I'm just imagining that's what most of these are, just references. And some of these dudes have really strange names. Cadet Suicide. Scarscalp Ralph the Hobo. Cadet Fordson. So I don't really know what the story is there, but, you know. And Wolf. And I think there's David SF, and I think there's his brother, yeah, Bernard over here. 2 private first classes. David and Bernard. I don't know. I'd imagine probably just references or something. That's everything that we want to do here, so we will head out now. Yes. And this will bring us into the giant overhead map. Dude's gonna call us on the radio and shut our ear off for a little bit. and he's going to explain to us how the whole water thing works. Again, it's basically fuel.